Hello, I'm Jane Godwin, and I'm here to talk with you about Can You Teach a Fish to Climb a Tree? A book written by me and illustrated by Terry Denton. Now, in answer to your questions, what was the stimulus for writing the book? Well, for me, I was always fascinated by that quote that is sometimes attributed to Einstein, but we think now that Einstein probably never said it. And the quote is, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. And so that was reflecting on that saying, and what the sort of ideas behind it was what drew me to writing this book. I actually wrote the book many years. I wrote the text about 8 years ago. So I wrote it before there were all those other books about people being different and excelling in different things. So at the time, I thought it was terribly original, but now it almost feels like I've just jumped on the bandwagon. Even though I did write the text a long time ago, it just took a long time to end up being published. So I think I was thinking about what are instinctive traits and what can we learn? And animals have instinctive traits which are very obvious, but I think human beings do too. We're all born with, some people are born with more empathy than others. Some people are born with great hand-eye coordination. Some people are born with a musical ability. And then often those traits, they become our interests, and then we become quote unquote good at them. So they were some of the things I was thinking about when I was writing the story. I suppose, what do I want the adult to talk with a child before they read the book? Well, I often talk with kids about, when I talk in the context of this book, and I say, what's something that you love to do? I didn't want the book to have a message that everybody has to excel at something or that you have to be very good at something, because for most of us, we don't excel at any one thing. We might enjoy doing many things and we might be good at some of them, better at some of them than others, and that doesn't matter. But we all have our own unique ways of being, I suppose. So I sometimes start off by just asking kids, what do you love to do? And sometimes that then becomes, yeah, I like that because, I'm in the footy team, or, I love cooking with my mum, or some of the things they love to do are really sweet. And then I also didn't want what they can do or what they feel they might be good at to necessarily be something academic. When I was writing the story, originally in one of the early drafts, I had one of the last lines was, you are excellent at something too. But I changed it to, you can do many wonderful things, because the word excellent sort of had this connotation of an academic nature, that you had to be good at reading or spelling or maths or something. And I thought, you might be excellent at being kind. You might be a good cook. You might love to draw. You might love being outside in nature. All of those things are things that we can gain pleasure from and that sort of tap into who we are. So it doesn't have to mean that you're excellent at some standard that people judge in certain ways. And what do I want people to reflect on after they've read the book? Well, I suppose that is, I want them to reflect on maybe celebrating everyone's unique way of being and not judging people necessarily by one standard or by a standard that is actually irrelevant to them. We all have different interests and gifts, and that's what's wonderful about being human, and that's what we should be celebrating. So the last double-page spread of the book is this wonderful page that Terry did, which is just kids doing all sorts of things, all the things they love to do, flying a paper plane, helping a friend, playing with a soccer ball, sailing a boat, playing a computer game, playing chess, having an imaginary game with a friend. All sorts of things that children love to do. And we tried to include as many as we could, so all kids would be able to relate to this book in some way. So that's a little bit about Can You Teach a Fish to Climb a Tree? And I hope you enjoy it. Thanks, everyone. Bye.